Now, if you're anything like me, you kind of feel like maybe gift baskets have fallen out of fashion, or they seem like kind of a corporate cliche, or they're just filled with fruit, or maybe just that they don't feel very personal and they're often very expensive for what you get. But you actually can build your own gift basket that is much more customized and cost effective and makes a really great gift. First thing I want to talk about is kind of the structural pieces of your gift basket. Something in the bottom to act as a base or a holder for the other things that you're going to be putting into the gift. So you can go very literal with an actual basket, a round one, a square one, an oval one. You might have something around your house already, or you can check out craft stores or the thrift store. You've also got options at the dollar store. They've got a lot of colorful baskets and containers, again, different shapes, styles, colors. You can even get a little more creative and try to think of something that actually goes along with your gift. If you're doing something gardening related, then maybe an actual flower pot will be the base of your basket. Then you'll need a few filler options, something to fill the space so that stuff doesn't get lost in the bottom of your basket, and it just makes it look a little bit cuter too. One thing that's really helpful is to find a few small boxes that you maybe have around your house. Maybe it's stuff that's been mailed to you, and these things go great to like lift up items, and then you kind of cover it with some of your other fillers. This is a great way to recycle some packaging that maybe you've gotten in the mail. This brown paper is really nice for, again, kind of filling in gaps, and you can scrunch it up to lift items up a little bit so they look a little better in the display. Other things like tissue paper or these little crinkle paper strips can, again, help fill in space, add some color and texture to your final gift. And then to finish off, of course, I've got this roll of gift basket shrink wrap, so I'll show you how that works and a couple of tricks for managing it a little bit easier. And this stuff really goes a long way. It's a very long roll like this, and so you can wrap up fairly large items. And then some other things that can also be useful. Stir sticks like this, popsicle sticks, paint stirrers. Sometimes that can be used to kind of prop things up so they look a little better in the basket. And then tape can also come in handy for attaching things to the sticks, or even sometimes keeping some of your filling in place. And then some ribbon or yarn to tie off the top of the basket, maybe add a big bow, or if you've made something a tag or a paper flower in one of these other classes, that's a great way to decorate your gift basket as well. So here we've got all the things to actually put your basket together. Now let's talk about some things to actually put into a gift basket. And I think this is sometimes where people get a little bit hung up if you don't quite know what to pick, or it seems like there are too many options for things to put in a gift basket. I've got kind of this formula that will help you at least get started and put together a really cool basket for somebody. Something to eat and or drink, something to wear, something to use, something to look at, and something that's just silly. Okay, so let me pull out a few examples and show you what I mean. My first set of items is for a lemon-themed gift basket. So for something to eat and drink, I've got lemon candy and a lemonade. For something to look at and to use, I've got this pretty lemon soap dispenser. For something else to use is this lemon zester tool. Then I've also got this lemon notebook with a little lemon pen. And then for something silly, I got this little enamel pin, and it says slightly bitter on it. So here's everything for my lemon gift basket. Next set of items is for a unicorn gift basket. So you can find any kind of little unicorn treat at the store. For something to wear, I've got this unicorn jewelry set. For something to use, I found a unicorn coloring book and unicorn themed crayons. For something to look at and play with, I've got this cute little pink unicorn stuffed animal. And then for something silly is some little unicorn temporary tattoos. Okay, so this part of filming feels a little bit trickier because I want you to be able to see what I'm doing, but that means I'm kind of building the basket backwards from myself, so I'll kind of turn things around so that I can see them, and then so you can see them, but I didn't want to just do it from overhead. I kind of wanted you to see how the basket gets built up this way as well. So here's how we're gonna do it. I am using this regular square basket. I'm gonna put this little box down inside the basket first. So my box here, I'm gonna tuck it kind of towards the back of the basket, and then I'm gonna take this brown packaging paper, cover up the box, and kind of tuck in around the edges. Okay, so I've done a couple of things here. I have the back of the basket lifted up a little bit, and I also have this padding down in the front. So again, nothing falls down in there, and it's just kind of a nice base to look at in the basket. I'm also going to use these little paper crinkles, but I will use that after I put probably most of the gift items inside the basket. A good rule of thumb is to start with the biggest and largest items first in your basket. So that means I'm going to start with this notebook. And if I put it all the way back here, it's resting on that box in the bottom, and it's also lifted up out of the basket. So I think this is going to stay here just fine. If it starts to get wobbly or wants to fall over, I can use some of those popsicle sticks or some tape to secure it to the basket itself here in the back. Next, I'm going to add in this drink. And for now, I'm going to set it here so the bottom of the bottle is kind of going down into the front of the basket, and the rest of it kind of leans backwards. I might change this up. It's a very kind of fluid process to build a basket like this, because sometimes you'll put a few things in and realize it's not working because something's falling over or it's taking up too much space, and so you can move things around. Take the empty packaging of whatever you're putting in the basket and put the box in, and then put the item in. And I'm doing that for the soap partly because this little soap box is so pretty, and it's also going to help fill in one of the gaps back here and give a place for the soap to actually rest. So I'm going to set that there for now, and then take the actual soap bottle and kind of set it down in front. And it's kind of getting like sucked into the bottom. I might need to prop that up a little bit, but for now we're gonna go with that. Okay, next we have our lemon zester tool. And again, for this, I wanna include the box. It's really small, it's not gonna fill up extra space, but it does kind of show useful pictures on the different ways you could use the different pieces of this tool. So I want to include that in the package. Okay. So those I think I can just put up here against this notebook. Okay, we've got just a couple of things left. We have our little Mike and Ike candy, our little bitter pin, and the lemon pen. So at this point, since I just have some small items left, I want to use some of my crinkle paper and cover up some of the brown and probably use it to prop up this soap a little bit. Okay, that's looking pretty good. And then with those spaces filled in with this crinkle paper, then I can take my little candy box and set that like right there in the middle. I can take this pen and, okay, this is where I'm gonna use some of that tape. So I'm gonna take just a little piece of tape here, and I'm gonna secure the top of the pen with the tape just lightly to the back of the notebook. Okay, so now this is held in place up here. It's visible, and it's kind of another layer of something to look at. Very last thing, it's our little slightly bitter lemon pin. And I think I like that right over here in this corner. Okay. And then one way to kind of tell if your basket is put together like evenly, you want to look and see if there's any big gaps of space, and can you get a visual on everything that's in the basket. This is put together how I like it. I'm going to set it to the side for a second so I can clean off all my extra crinkle paper and get out my roll of the gift wrap or gift basket shrink wrap. Like I said before, this roll is pretty wide. And so you're going to want to have a large table or counter space all cleared off so that you can work with it. I'm going to start by rolling out one layer. And I'm going to just roll it to as far as I can go on my table. It's not a real deep table, but I'm going to make it work. Okay, so I have my basket now kind of centered in this sheet of plastic. And I'm going to take the roll, and this is going to help me know how much to cut. Okay, so in the back side, it only comes up about this much. So I know that I need to roll this over quite a bit so that I can gather it up at the top over the basket. Okay, so I have this much extra. I'm going to grab some scissors and cut this off. Okay, so now with this plastic cut, I want to lay it out and center it on my table so that some's draping off of both sides so I can center my basket again. When I've got it pretty much centered, I can take opposite corners and pull them up here, and I can see I actually have a little bit more room to pull some of the plastic towards me some more. And then I can pull the sides in a little bit. And if there are little gaps in the edges where like the corners don't come all the way up to the center, that's okay too. If it feels like it's looking like a mess, also don't worry. When we do the shrinking part, it cleans a lot of this up. All right, so I'm going to turn it and see how we're looking from the front. I'd say this is actually looking pretty good. I like to, if I can, kind of smooth out the front and bring the top so that it's leaning back just a little bit instead of straight on the top of everything. So think like ponytail and not messy bun on the top of your head. And the reason is I feel like it shows off what's in the basket a little bit better. Okay, so we have things gathered up here at the top. We've got a pretty good view of everything that we put in our basket. And now we need something just to secure this up at the top before we put our ribbon on. A couple of good options are little rubber band or a twist tie from a bread bag, or even just a little bit of floral wire, something that will hold this tight while we work on shrinking everything. With the top part secured, now we're going to take a look at the basket and see if anything needs to be adjusted. Notice my notebook is tilting a little bit, so I can pull that back. Now, what you're going to need is either a heat gun or a hair dryer. The basket is all wrapped up. I'm using my heat gun to do the shrinking. The hair dryer, you can set it like on the hottest setting, but on the lowest blowing power. and I've got the basket a little closer to the camera so you can kind of see what I'm doing with this plastic, and you can kind of see how it shrinks up. I'm going to use a little bit of tape on this section here that's sticking out and it's not tall enough to fit in here, and that'll hold it in place while everything is shrinking. I want you to watch here where I'm adding the heat, and after a few seconds it will start to not quite melt, like we don't want to make any holes in it, but it's going to tighten up a little bit. This is just about done. We have shrink wrapped all around the basket, up the sides and the back, while leaving the front mostly untouched by the heat. And the reason is that because I don't want it getting all crinkly and hard to see through, but by heating up the top and then around the basket, it tightens everything up, and then you get a nice view of everything that you put in your gift basket. Like I mentioned before, this might be a great place to put a tag, card, bow, paper, flower, or something else. I am just going to do a very simple ribbon topper. I'm not a bow maker, so let's see how this turns out. Okay, honestly, not too bad. The little draping pieces of ribbon, I think, could kind of help. But again, this is a great way to put together a very custom gift and not feel like you're breaking the bank. Okay, real quick, let me show you another way to wrap things up by using the unicorn gifts that I showed you before. This is going to be a flat gift basket, meaning everything is going to just be laying down in the basket and not sticking out. I'm going to place some tissue paper down in the bottom, and then I'm going to tuck some under to be able to lift the unicorn coloring book up a little bit. So I've got the coloring book, and then I put in the little stuffed animal, the jewelry. I'm going to tape down the box of crayons so that it kind of stays in place, and then I'll also set in the candy and the little temporary tattoos. I'm going to cut a piece of the plastic, and then I cut some off of the edges because it was a little too wide. So I've taped up the corners a little bit, and then I'm going to tuck all of the excess around the backside and tie up the top. You can also take any of these items individually and wrap them up with wrapping paper before you put them in the basket. For a child's gift, that might be kind of fun, so I have a few more things to unwrap along the way. Then I flipped everything over and taped down a couple of spots of the plastic, and then started using my heat gun to shrink up everything from the backside first. Then I started working on the sides of the basket. Then I flipped it over to the front side and it tightened up all of that plastic. And then to finish it off, I just tied a bunch of pieces of ribbon to make several little pieces falling down from the tie. I would love to hear if you have any questions. I can help you out. And just know you can take the same technique from a big basket like this to something much smaller, like make your own mug, put a couple of treats and a pen in it, and wrap it up with this same plastic, shrink it up, and it's totally custom and handmade, but looks very professional as well. There's obviously no SVG or Cricut file that I made to go along with this class because we didn't use the machine, but I do have a free PDF that you can just save or you can print out, and it's got a list to help you brainstorm different themes of gift baskets. Until next time, I will see you around the internet. Bye.